Hi, it's Kiffin Lobates here, and today's video is going to be about play to earn and cryptocurrency games eventually, but I'm going to start with a little bit of a recap, a 101 on startups and investing. And when you have a startup, you have investors who put money into the startup in the hope that it will grow and they will eventually be able to withdraw more from the startup than they put in. Hopefully 4 times, maybe 10 times, maybe 100 times more than they put in. And for the startup to achieve that, they eventually have to have customers who are paying them more than it costs them to provide the service or goods that the startup is involved in. And when you put it like that, it seems pretty obvious. If a startup is going to be sustainable and grow and actually become profitable, then it has to achieve that at some point. And founders will have that as a goal. They will say, okay, at the moment we're making a loss, we're giving away stuff cheaper or even for free to build a user base, we're spending a lot on advertising, things like that, but eventually we're going to have a product or a service that is going to be highly profitable and the investors will be happy. Now the problem in play to earn is that that end game is often missing, and I've looked at a whole bunch of play to earn games over the last 4 or 5 days, and I see this gap again and again in them. If you have a play to earn game where not only are the investors putting money in expecting to get more money out, but the players are putting a bit of money and a lot of time in the expectation to get more money out, and the time that they are putting in is completely wasted other than supposedly the enjoyment that they get out of playing the game, although in some play to earn games the enjoyment looks particularly limited to me. Well, if that's the case, then you have a broken model. It's not going to be sustainable. The only way that the game will continue running is if you can attract more people to put in that initial payment and hopefully defer the time they take to withdraw it out as much as possible. And you can use all sorts of tricks such as staking to delay the inevitable withdrawal of value. But ultimately you're going to run out of extra players, or the interest is going to fade, people are going to turn elsewhere, and they're going to try and withdraw what they hold. And at that point, the whole thing will collapse. It's not sustainable. And in that case, the investors, at best, can hope that they get out before the players and the other people do. And that makes those kind of games ultimately a pyramid scheme, or possibly even, and I don't use this word very often, but possibly even a Ponzi scheme, in that the later people who are putting money in are going to be funding the earlier ones who exit on time. So really, there is a serious problem in the play to earn space, which is how can you make a game in which people earn such that it is sustainable? And that means that the players have to ultimately, on average, be paying more into the game than they withdraw through their earnings. And I may come back to this, I may not later on, it depends on what else I find out in my research, but that's the fundamental problem of play to earn, and I've yet to see a neat solution to it. So if you have one, please do let me know, because I'd love to go and investigate, and I'd like to see if this is actually feasible, but at the moment, in 99% of the cases, it's looking like it isn't. That's it for today. Hope you found it interesting, and I'll see you in the next video soon. Bye for now.